I believe that it was Mark Twain who infamously said, "History does not repeat itself, but it does rhyme." And that's exactly what's going on with West Ham right now. You may remember when Dimitri Payet said that he wanted to leave West Ham. It came in the season following a successful season prior, in which West Ham had qualified for European football. Payet was considered West Ham's star player at the time and left the club mainly due to a lack of ambition and the fact that the club wasn't being built around him, and that West Ham's status in the league and future plans weren't good enough for his ambition. We have this exact same situation now with Declan Rice. He is considered our best player, yet he has rejected 2 contract offers, may reject a 3rd offer, was promised that the team would be built around him, and that hasn't been done due to a lack of ambition from the owners. So I definitely know where this is going, and it's very worrying. Let me be clear on something here. As much as it does pain me to say it, and as is the case with a lot of West Ham fans, as West Ham fans, we do actually have to accept that Declan Rice is probably going to leave at some point in the future, because he's 22 years old, he's growing as a player, he has world-class potential on him. He is going to go on to bigger and better things. He deserves to be in the Champions League. He deserves to be winning silverware. And given West Ham's current owners, the lack of ambition, the lack of structure, and the lack of direction in the club, it is going to become more and more evident that Declan Rice will end up leaving. I have somewhat accepted that. And there are many sources and rumours to suggest that he will leave West Ham. It's happened every summer for the last 2 or 3 years. I think it's getting more and more realistic now, given the last few days and some of the events that have unfolded. As far as I know, Declan Rice wants to be made aware of any bids for him. The issue is here, what will the owners accept for him? They're saying 100 million is what the value is for Declan Rice. And whilst on one hand people are going to say who's going to pay that, well, we valued him at that because he is our most valuable player and that's how much he is to West Ham. But Declan Rice may have ulterior motives. If you understand what I'm saying, he might be looking on his way out. And I think that it was The Athletic that said he had his head turned while he was playing in the Euros. If Declan Rice does eventually leave West Ham, it's going to be sad. But do you know what? Just like when Payet did when he left in 2017, I won't blame him. I actually think he'd be doing himself a massive favour if he left West Ham, because he'd go on to better things. As is the case with a lot of our players anyway. Guarantee a lot of players who leave West Ham end up going on to bigger and better things anyway. You know, Payet was in a Europa League final a good 15 months or so after he left West Ham. And the same thing could happen with Declan Rice. He deserves to be playing consistent Champions League football. He deserves to be in a young, hungry team that's fighting for something. West Ham don't do that. Yeah, we got into Europe last season, but we did it because of Moyes and the team's hard work, not because of investment. And we have given Declan Rice a captaincy role, which is one thing. And I think as much as he loves the club, I think he's growing increasingly frustrated with the lack of direction and the fact that there are loads of false promises. He's probably known about it for a while. A lot of these players do probably know about the crap that goes on behind the scenes, but he hasn't voiced it out yet. And actions speak louder than words, and the biggest statement of intent he could make would be to leave West Ham. Now that's going to happen. You see, if we had owners like Leicester, Villa, City, Everton, what have you, we wouldn't be in this mess. The club wouldn't be in this problem with Declan Rice. Because those clubs tied down their best players to long-term contracts. Leicester tied down Maddison to 5 years. Ward-Prowse was tied down at Southampton even. Declan Rice wasn't tied down. I don't know what that is. Is it because the board are hesitant that he's going to sign a massive contract and then leave like Payet did? I don't know. But one thing is for sure, the lack of direction and the tons of broken promises within this club are going to force Declan Rice out of the door. And he will go to a club like Man City or somewhere like that, and he will do well. I totally support him. I want him to do well as a player. He's got my full backing, but he can't do it at West Ham. And Rice's future is definitely now in the mix because he's willing to listen to bids for him. And one's going to say, oh yeah, the money can get reinvested. It won't. Come on, guys. We have Gold, Sullivan and freaking Brady in charge. Do you really think the 60 million is going to get invested, or however much they're going to pay for them? Let's say even 100 million is going to get reinvested into the team. We're not like Leicester. We don't have a sell-to-buy model, an efficient one like that. We just have a sell for no profit, and the money just gets pocketed. What does that result in? Paper-thin squad. And it results in a lack of depth and a lack of investment in the team. It's just stripping assets again. This is our biggest asset right now is Declan Rice, and he's going to get stripped out if he goes. That won't be the first time the board have done this, you know. Gotten rid of players like this and then not reinvest. Remember Diane Garner? Remember Hilaire? Where's that money gone? I dread to think what they're going to do with 100 million. Where's that going to go? Declan Rice leaves the club in whatever circumstances. That's when we as the fans really do riot. I can see that happening. I'm not encouraging rioting, I'm not encouraging any of that, but I can see absolute maximum levels of toxicity at the Bowl. David Sullivan is going to be hunted down left, right and centre for that. And the only way this can be redeemed is within the next few weeks they go all out and make a team fit around Declan Rice and they show that ambition. I don't think Declan Rice is going to leave this year, but I can see him going next summer unless something drastically changes. And the board have got a year to convince him to sign that new deal. It's going to be a hell of an ask. Because I know he's got his sights on Champions League football. He's got his sights on winning the Premier League. Who doesn't at that age? When you're that talented and you're that young, who doesn't have the mindset on that? Of course he's going to bloody well go. I've accepted that. And it's the owners who are to blame for that. So, it is worrying, all this news about Declan Rice. I think he should be our highest earner at the club, but instead it's injury-prone Andriy Yarmolenko. I even spoke to my friend at work, and he said, no way Yarmolenko's the highest earner at West Ham. Should be Declan Rice. Completely agree. Everyone would agree with that opinion in this fan base. But also, like, you should build your team around your young, hungry players. Build a team around your best player with the best talent. We have a 22-year-old world-class midfielder here who is integral to this team. Build a team around him or he will go. We lost Payet because of a lack of ambition. We're going to lose Declan Rice because of a lack of ambition. And that's coming, as far as I see it. And when it does come, it's going to be a sad, sad day for this football club. And there's been many sad days with those three in charge. But selling Declan Rice and getting rid of him, and especially not reinvesting the money after that, it's going to be worse than what happened at Burnley in 2018. It is going to be absolute bedlam outside that stadium. It's going to be ugly. The owners are to blame for this. As for Declan Rice, he's got to do what's best for him. And if it means he gets out of West Ham because he doesn't like the lack of promises and the lack of ambition from the owners, you can't really blame him. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Wheel and Deal. If you like the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Want to hear your feedback on the video, so comment below what you think Declan Rice's future holds at West Ham. Thank you very much for watching this. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.